Well, I guess we're live, everybody. Welcome to Talkin Motorbikes. Tonight, I've got a really cool guest. She's like one of those weird Canadians that comes down to California and races in the wintertime. Bronti, and I don't even want to try to pronounce your last name. Verbeek?
Verbeek.
Verbeek.
So good.
Verbeek. Ah, okay.
It's not too
Okay.
bad. Good job.
Well, I wasn't too bad.
You didn't murder it.
Started it, but I mean, it is me, right? Um, yeah, so Bronte, I remember meeting you at Chuckwalla several years ago. You and Brad and what'd you say, McCowan?
Yeah, Ryan McGowan.
Yeah, Ryan McCowan, and then that weird dude that hangs out in his underwear,
Oh
with the
yeah,
beard. Like all you Canadians would come down, and Marcel too.
that's right.
You guys would come down to Chuckwalla in the wintertime, and I don't remember if you guys left your rigs at Chuckwalla and then flew home or whatever, but I think I always thought it was pretty cool. Francois Dumas and his kid Alex too, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about your racing career, I guess you want to call it.
My journey.
There you
Yeah.
go. Yeah, like how did you get sucked into racing motorbikes?
Um. Well, yeah. I mean, I just kind of, I don't know, randomly one day when I was like 22, 23, I just saw bikes on the road, and I'm like, I think I'd like that. I should try that. And then I don't know, I was just drawn to it. So I bought a bike. I bought a Gixxer 750. I rode around on the street. That was my first bike. Um, yeah, probably wasn't like, the best beginner bike, but it worked out. And so I rode that for probably like 3, 4 months. And then the year after, I think it was the year after, I went and did an on track performance, like a riding school.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then I met my boyfriend, and then I found out that there's racing, and I'm like, oh my god, you can race these things? Like, this is sweet. And I watched a race round in Edmonton, and I was just like, this is amazing. Like, I have to do this. So we just turned it into a race bike in the off season, and yeah, and that was kind of it, honestly. Like, yeah, that was 2017, and I've never really
You
looked
just
back.
you just you have the reaction that a lot of riders have when they first start riding. You're like, wait a second, I can go racing now too? Like what?
Yeah, not just on the street. Like, I could do this on weekends and like go on a racetrack. Like, it's, yeah, and that really changed things too, right? You ride on the road and you think that's cool, and then you do like your first track day, and you're like, oh my god, you know,
Right.
this is not at all the same thing. This is way better. So
So
yeah.
how long before you, like, from the time you started riding motorbikes to the time you went racing, like how long was that?
It was, I guess it was 2016 when I got the street bike, and then I went racing in 2017. Like, I got the bike in like midsummer, like June. I
Wow.
got my license, and then it's Canada, so the weather can be shit. So I rode for like 4 months ish, and then raced
Okay.
next year in like May was the first race school I did. So
Wow.
yeah,
Okay.
pretty quick turnaround.
And you've been pretty much racing kind of off and on since, or you've been solid racing the whole time, or what?
Yeah, for the most part, like, yeah, 17, 18, 19, and then COVID was 2020. But yeah, that kind of fucked things up for a lot of people, right? We still got to race. I think it was like delayed a bit, but we still got to
Right.
race. And then,
I think you guys got stuck at the border and you couldn't come down south that winter, right? Like the
yeah, there were
2020
some,
thing. I remember Marcel got stuck at the border and became like a activist, kind of like against that lockdown stuff.
oh,
So
yeah, I saw some of that too on YouTube.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
so
But
that
yeah,
kind of made it tough. But
yeah,
that's interesting. I do remember you coming out to Chuckwalla, and I think you had a GSXR 1000, if I'm not
that's
mistaken.
right.
Yeah,
That's right.
and the photographer out there reminded me that I guess you took a two-up ride with me.
I don't know how he remembered 5 years ago a two up ride. That's incredible.
I mean, that's Robert, man, the
Yeah.
Lorax, right? The photographer they call the Lorax out there. Like, I guess he remembers, and he says he says it pops up like on their in the Cali photography in the screens that you can look at your photos, and
Oh
they
yeah.
have screensavers. That picture is on his rotation still, apparently.
Well, that's,
So
I'd like to actually see that. I don't know if I ever
yeah,
saw that one, but that was fun. The two up ride with you, I still remember. I had to like really hang on. You were like laying blackies coming out of the corners at Chuck. That
I
was
don't.
pretty.
I don't
Sweet.
recall any of that.
No, never happened. You weren't wheeling the whole time.
No, no, I don't do wheelies. It must have been some other guy.
Some other random dude.
Yeah, some other guy that wears my stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I give a lot of two up rides, you know. So, um, sounds like you had a good time, I guess.
I did. Yeah, honestly, Chuck was awesome. I want to go back. We definitely want to go back, me and Brad. But yeah, it's a good track. We ran it. I think it was clockwise when we did it.
Right.
It'd be cool to try it both ways, and it's been paved since then, right? Like last
Yeah,
year.
it's been repaved. You know what? I've been out there. I actually went out there and raced. I don't know, a while back.
Yeah.
It's been a minute. I haven't. I don't think I've actually raced in 2024 yet,
No way.
dude. I spent all my time on the stupid bicycle. So,
I mean, that's cool too. It's super fit.
I mean, yeah, I guess. But you know, I was welcomed back, and you know, the pavement is different. Like it looks,
Yeah.
it has massive amounts of grip. Like the
Yeah.
track manager guy there, his name's Dave, and Dave is like, "Look, man, don't trust your eyes, trust your ass." I was like, "What?" And you go out there and you're like, "Whoa, that it looks wet in places. Like it has this weird dark and light spot stuff, but it
Yeah.
has massive grip. You know, just gotta get by the get past the mental block of the look of it. You know."
Oh, totally.
Um, so, like I told you before offline, I was like, you know, your boyfriend Brad has kind of like been kind of up my ass to have you on the show for like a while.
He's
Okay.
been hounding you. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Like Brad is like, hey man, when are you gonna have Bronti on? You know, it'd be cool if you had Bronti on. And I was like, all right. So like I had agreed to have you on, and you had just bought this BMW thing, and we were talking about having you on in like, I don't know, a few weeks or something. And then you went and I don't know, you like try to get switched off for a second.
Yeah, man. I smashed some shit up, but
Yeah.
yeah, I sold that Gixxer. I had that Gixxer one. It was like a '07. I raced
Right.
that for 4 seasons, and
Right.
then I bought our friend Justin. I bought his Beamer, and he got a new one. So anyway, yeah, as a 17, I was just kind of getting to know it. You know, like when you buy a new bike, there's things to figure out, and I was racing it at the track here, Red Torque, which is in Leduc. That's where Nationals is coming in like 2 weeks, but yeah, we were there, and I had an off. I low sided, just tucked the front. There was a bunch of us going into like a left hand turn, and I would have hit the guy in front of me. So I at like max lean, and there's a bump at the apex. I just touched the front, and it was enough to just wash it out. And super innocent. Like I would have been fine from the slide, but friend behind me didn't really have anywhere to go, so he wheelied over my head, and then I slid into a wall. So it was pretty pretty gnarly. But
Wheeling, like so, your buddy, right? You probably have
yeah,
buddies with that. So your
yeah,
buddy
yeah.
used your head as like a wheelie jump.
Not intentionally. He's a great guy. He's awesome dude. He just shit happens, man. You know.
Oh, believe me, I know.
You
I
know.
mean, you
Yeah.
know, like, yeah, it's one of those like you're like, do you hit the person and then both of you go down, or like, I mean, it's like one of those like
Yeah.
fraction of a second decisions that none of us really know about. You know what I mean? So,
Oh, totally.
um, you know, like my most recent one was towards the end of 2022,
Mm.
and it was like the first lap of a race, and we were going around the fastest corner on the racetrack at Button Willow, and the dude in front of me shut the gas off for whatever reason. All of a sudden, you're like, notice the dude coming to you, the dude's rear tire is coming to me, and I'm like, you know,
Yeah.
and then I threw an R1 in the trash, right?
Yeah.
And I need a new hip and a knee now.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that was
and a
20.
shoulder.
That was 22.
Yeah, it was 2022. Yeah.
I think I remember seeing that on Facebook. You post. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things, man. Like it's what's going on here? Like I'm gonna not look at the comments. I'm seeing comments come in. I'm like not gonna look at them until later. I'll get to you guys. Thank you guys for commenting. If you guys have any questions for Bronte, feel free to dump them in the comments there, and I will, like Ron Burgundy, ask everybody's questions. Okay.
I love Will Ferrell. That's awesome.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I totally get you, man. So how long did it take you to recover from that one? Because from what I understand, it was a pretty healthy one.
Yeah, that's
Or not healthy, actually.
as it turns out, the opposite. Yeah, but that took a while. Like that was June, like because I just raced this past weekend, and I think on Sunday it was like a year. So
No
a year ago
shit.
that it happened. So it took like I didn't ride again for 2 months. Like I
Okay.
rode in August. It was like August 5th or 6th or something like that. And then yeah, I was teaching on my street bike, another Gixxer, surprise. And yeah, street tires. And I was just heading out on track. I taught on the Saturday, like there were no issues, you know, teaching
Right on.
street guys. So we're like 20, 30 seconds off the pace. Like we're not, you know, yeah, we're not pushing. So anyway, it was fine on the Saturday. Sunday comes, I'm going to roll out on track just from like hot pits. I'm like, I don't know, 40 feet, 50 feet out on track, just getting
Yeah.
on track. And I just go to accelerate a little bit, and the rear tire just steps out, and I go over the bars
What?
and crack my helmet in half, and unresponsive for like multiple minutes, and like, yeah, bleed on the brain and taken to the
Yeesh.
hospital, and just so random. And some guy got on his GoPro, like guy who's coming out after, and I don't know. It was just
Like,
honestly,
how
it was,
does that even happen?
I don't know. Like I'm not usually a high sider. Like
Just lucky,
just lucky. Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So it's just kind of like unfortunate, hey, having like concussion, then another concussion, like 2 months apart. But anyway, this year, feeling a lot better. So yeah, it's been a bit. It's like the journey back, but it's good.
Yeah, I mean, Brad's kind of kept in touch, and he was telling me all about the BMW thing, and then more recently, you picked up. Am I crazy to think you picked up an R7?
I did get an R7. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's pretty sweet.
yeah. I mean, I've been seeing Mal Dobbs, MotoAmerica national racer here. She's doing that World WCR thing,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
R7 Cup, whatever they call it.
Yeah.
Um, and I was like, dude, is that does Bronte have aspirations for that?
I do for
So
sure.
yeah,
I do for sure. And it's so cool. I mean, now finally, something like that for women exists. Like that's awesome. And to see like Mallory over there, like I've never met her, but I'm rooting for her, like I feel like we're a community, North America, like, she's
well, I mean,
not
dude,
Canadian,
she's
but
like from, isn't she from Washington or something? Like,
not too
isn't
far.
that like practically a suburb of Canada? Like,
Pretty well. Yeah. Pretty well.
right?
Yeah. So no, it's so cool. And they raced this weekend, first race round ever. So last year when we found out about it, that was the plan. I was like, this is sweet. Like if I can, like I'd like to try. And then I got kind of banged up. So just been on the road back to getting healthy. And then that is the goal for next year. Just
Yeah,
ride well this year and make sure I can still,
throw down.
throw down. And yeah, you know what I mean? You don't do it for a while, and it's a
Yeah,
bit of a mental, not block, but you just got to like build your way back, right?
yeah. I mean, like with the racing, the consistency helps a ton with that stuff, right? Like getting your
Yeah.
eyes up. Just you're it's like it's not like you lose your skill set, but the things I noticed from taking long breaks, because I've had a few long breaks over the last several years, basically since I turned 40, right? Yeah. So the longer the breaks are, the longer it seems to take me to get my eyes up to speed. Do you know what I mean?
Totally.
Like the sensation of speed.
Oh, totally. I had to
So
work on that a lot too. Like after the first concussion, like I'm assuming you've probably banged your head. I'm sure yeah. Not that you seem like it, but I'm just assuming
you're like, yeah, you seem a little dumb. Like you're like 3/4 retarded, right?
a
Like
little slow. Yeah. No, not on the track, but just
not
like
like on the spectrum, but like on a different spectrum. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, totally.
Yeah, but I had to like work on my do some like vision therapy stuff because afterwards it
Oh,
was yeah, like my eyes just weren't working properly, like for
I
tracking
know
limits
all
and
about that too, man.
yeah,
I
yeah,
saw double for like 2 months,
yeah. Double vision sucks. Like it's
dude.
wild, actually.
Yeah, one of my guys, one of my best friends, his name's Chris. I don't know if you met him. Like he goes by the nickname Chili. I don't know.
I
You
may
might
have.
have met Chili, but he's a big guy. And Chili, he had one years ago, and he still to this day, I think, has to wear prism glasses.
He does, eh?
Oh yeah. And the crazy thing is he got his knockout punch at riding an XR on a go-kart track. Like an XR 100.
Just a small little bike, eh?
Yeah, dude. Like small tiny little bike and whatever.
Just fucking around and yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happens. And he wears those glasses, and if he doesn't wear them, if he'll look at you while tilting his head forward, because that's the only way it'll like take the double away.
Yeah, certain angles, right?
Yeah.
They told me that was an option, these glasses, and I was like, well, I'd really like to not have to wear. I don't normally wear glasses, and it's fine if you have to, but I did a lot of vision stuff, and then it kind of came around, and knock on wood. So yeah, but no, it's good. Yeah.
So you race in the EMRA. What is the EMRA?
That's the Edmonton Motorcycle Road Racing Association.
Edmonton. Okay.
You ever been up here? Like Calgary, Alberta?
Dude, okay. I'm going to give you my Canada story.
You hate Canada?
Yes. and this is like my Canada story is basically COVID time, kind of, the end of COVID. It was when we went to Portugal for the wild card World Superbike with the TAC and Jake,
a
couple years ago.
I remember that.
So like my layover in Canada was a fucking nightmare. Like just from the LAX, the people behind the counter, they're like, "Oh, dude, you haven't been vaccinated. You can't go to Canada." I'm like, "Cool, I'm not going to Canada. I'm going to Spain." Like, what do you mean? And so we had to jump. My wife and I had to like leave the airport in LAX at 9:00 at night and go find some COVID rapid test place, spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars to get that, so they would maybe let us in the flight.
That's ridiculous.
And then we're obviously, you get to Canada and they're like, "Look, you can't leave the airport." And I'm like, "Dude, I don't want to set foot on Canadian soil at this point." Like,
yeah.
I don't know what's going on with Castro Jr. up there, whatever it is, but yeah, dude. Like, and then you guys put gravy on French fries. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, yeah, dude.
You're not down?
Super not down.
Brad's like, "Don't take that shit."
You asked. I mean, no, but that was my experience. That was my one experience with Canada, and did not leave the best impression.
No, that's fair, man. Those were shitty times, and like lots of people who were traveling, it was crazy situations. But I feel like if you came up now, I feel like it's more relaxed. You'd be like, okay, this place is not a shithole.
I mean, calm down. I do live in Southern California, so pretty much the same politics, basically, right? So
pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, maybe not as effective version of it that's happening to you guys, but hey,
socialist nightmare.
It's a socialist nightmare. It's not great.
Yeah, you said it. I didn't. But yeah, so tell me about does it race at only one track, or do you have like a traveling series? How does it go, the EMRA?
So we got one track in Leduc. It's called Brad Torque. It was called Castro before, but it was new sponsors or whatever. So yeah, that's in Leduc, and then the other one is in Fort Saskatchewan. So it's like 45 minutes north of Edmonton. It's a little karting track. Like, it's super tight, super technical, pretty physical. It's like, it's under 2K, eh, Brad?
Which one?
Strato?
Yeah, Strato's 2K.
It's like 2K.
Yeah. 2 kilometers?
Yeah. It's not like Road America.
It's a go-kart track.
It's a go-kart track, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I was noticing a lot of the tracks in Australia are like that too. They're like all little tiny,
Are they?
Yeah, like almost all of them except for like maybe 3.
Like the best one in the world, like Phillip Island.
Yeah, Phillip Island, Sydney Motorsports Park. There's a couple others. I think there's one in was it? I don't know what it's called now, but it's in South Australia. It's the location. It's like on the location that used to be the Mitsubishi, whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. No, it's not bad. We have the 2 tracks, and then we live in Calgary, so we're like 3 hours away. So we drive up every weekend or whatever weekend it's on. So, and then we have a track here now. Like, we used to have Race City in Calgary, and that was a big track. Like, you would like it. It was like How long was it, Brad?
2 miles on the button.
2 miles on the button,
Yeah,
6
that-
gear on the tap. Like, yeah, I never rode it because I didn't live here, but it got shut down in 2011. But anyway, we got a track in Carstairs now. It's called RMM, so that's pretty
Okay.
sweet, and it's like 3-ish kilometers, and it's pretty sweet. There's gonna be a race there in August,
Nice.
so we're gonna do that too. So
And then you guys travel to America in the wintertime to get your super bike action, your motorbike action on in the wintertime, right?
I want to. I haven't since I saw you, which was it's
A
been a
minute
little
ago.
it's been a minute. So I want to though. Like California's unreal. Like it's yeah, you guys are so lucky. It's
Yeah, it's funny. I was talking to Cooper last night, and he was talking about his new race series, right? It's traveling 3 rounds in Colorado. I think he's got 1 round in Oklahoma, 1 round in Utah, and another round in Nebraska. And you know, he was like, "Oh yeah, man, my buddies we all love to just load up and road trip 12 hours or whatever, 15 hours, go club racing." I'm like, "That's awesome," because like living in Southern California, we're a bunch of spoiled, needy bitches, and it's like anything past 3 hours, like, oh my god, it's too far,
tapping out. Yeah. Dude, it's
right?
so cool. Like I want to go to like CRA, like Podium Club, and like guys I raced with here went there.
Yeah.
We went to Laguna in 2017. That was incredible. That was
Yeah,
yeah. At Button Willow, haven't been there.
yeah.
Thunder Hill.
Button Willow's like my home track, basically. I've been riding there for 25 years. Yeah.
A couple times you've been there.
Yeah, I'd like to say I know my way around that place. I have thousands of miles there. And you know, the Podium Club track too.
Mhm.
That place is crazy good. Like you got a healthy straight, like you're 6 gear all the way down to first.
Really, eh?
Yeah, healthy straight, you know, like I don't know. I would say it's maybe not as long as the front straight at Utah, but it's healthy. Like you're in 6 gear for a while.
I would love to do perimeter too, like you're saying at Utah. We did East
Yeah.
Track, which was like, what year was that? 2018 or 19 or something like that. Utah's pretty
Yeah.
sweet too.
Yeah. Well, the perimeter is the only way. Like that's the only reason why I would go.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like, if it was a perimeter, I'd be like, I'm good.
Oh,
Like the
100%.
perimeter is like I mean, I did both the perimeters when I did the champion school years ago, but the perimeter is the way to go, dude. Like it's just, you know, it's so fast and it's so open, and you got your variety of everything and your little man-made elevation and all that. So like on your travels though, like what's your favorite track so far that you've ridden?
RMM's pretty good, to be honest. That one in Carstairs I was telling you about.
Yeah.
But I would say, and it was when I first started riding, so you know, it would be different now after riding for a few more years. But Laguna's awesome, you know. Like
Yeah.
I'd say Laguna and RMM.
So
Yeah.
Laguna, when was the last time you rode Laguna?
2017.
Oh wow, okay. So
So,
it's
like,
been a minute.
The first year, yeah.
It's been a
first
minute
year.
and a half. Like you get your license and you're like, you know what? Let's go ride Laguna, and then that's how it goes.
And I do have, Brad was just reminding me, I do have some lap records at some tracks here, like the one in
What?
yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know you were like a legit badass.
Like I do okay. I try. I do okay. Yeah. So at Stratotech I did for the sportsman class, which is like the old bike class. When I raced the Gixxer, the last year I raced it, 22, I had a lap record there. It's like a 59 something. That got broke last year by another guy,
Right.
fast dude. But yeah, and the women's for both tracks for Rad Torque and Strato. So yeah. But it's fun. It's a good time. Just moving forward with it. But
So, what classes are you planning on running on that R7 at your club?
so yeah, I was looking at this past weekend. I can do middleweight twins, middleweight open. There's a third one too. I mean, I technically could enter it in the 600 class, but like, you know, yeah, I could.
Yeah, but it's not a 600. Right?
No, not really.
No.
Not
Like
really.
you come off. Like, tell me this. Like, what's your reaction to coming off 1,000 onto that thing, on the R7?
Oh, dude, it's not even like you're not.
You
moving.
said, "Oh, dude."
you're just like, what am I going forward? But no, like you just gotta. I've ridden on the track a couple times, but I need to get the suspension sorted. I'd say that's like the biggest barrier at the moment, just because it's so soft, right? And it's fun for someone who's like what 100 pounds or 120 pounds. I'm definitely I weigh more than that, so yeah, we got to get some suspension in it, and then I think I could push more. And our tracks are bumpy as shit, you know. So going through bumps, trail braking, it's yeah. But it's a good bike. Like I like it. It steers well. The brakes work really well. I'd say that's the thing that's noticeable. Like these brakes, like for stock brakes, they work awesome.
So have you had it all apart and you started building it into a race bike, or how, you know, I haven't seen any race bike pics. I've only seen bike, like, looks like you have stickers on a stock bodywork. Like,
that's exactly right. Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. Yeah. We're kind of slowly picking away at it because I sold my street bike, that one that I crashed on the second time. Sold that, put that money towards the R7, and then we're slowly like transforming it. You know, got some case covers, gonna get some steel lines, gotta find some race bodywork, just prep it, right? And then my boyfriend's son, he's riding on the street now too. He got his license, or he's getting his license. So as soon as I convert it, I won't have a street bike. So I'm kind of like waiting.
You're gonna Bogart his?
Might have to.
Sounds like that's some serious stepmom shit right there, man.
Yeah, you do what you got to do. But he's got a little R3. But yeah, so just transforming it. I'm hoping for the last round, probably like August, September. Yeah, because I want to get some seat time on it. Actually, like, you know, riding at speed. There's a guy who we raced with here. His name's Jody Christie, and he's legit guy. He's fast. He's won like CSBK and stuff. And he was on it this weekend, and he was absolutely ripping. Like, you can go fast on it. It's it'll be fun. It'll be fun to just see what it can do, what I can do on it. So, yeah.
You sound super excited. Honestly.
I am
like
excited.
Ready to go racing again.
Yeah, man. Well, you know what it's like when you're sitting there and you can't for a long time, and you're like, am I ever going to be able to do this? Like, you know, part of me was kind of not trying to be dramatic, but you're just like, fuck. You're just so
dude, you're talking to me. Like, I haven't raced in 2024 yet, dude. It's like halfway over already. Like,
yeah, I know you understand. Yeah. So I'm pretty jazzed that I can do it, and to have a new bike too. Like, it's not like a super bike, right? It makes 65 horsepower, and like my Beamer makes like 180. So,
well, I mean, I've seen some of those. I mean, the Pro Twins guys. I mean, they're like, you know, $100,000 R7s. You know,
I can guarantee you mine is not going to be at that price point when we're done with it. But I'll we'll see what we can do. But yeah, the biggest thing, like, there's some stuff to do. Brad's been looking up like what they do in the R7 Cup, like the specs and the air box and getting it tuned, getting an exhaust, things like that, right? Can make a big difference.
Yeah.
And we have some good sponsors here too, which help out with some of that stuff. So it should be easy to get the parts.
Pretty sure Attack Performance makes parts for that.
Yeah. Just sprinkle some
throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there.
Oh, Attack stuff is so pretty. I would love that.
The best. The boys make the best stuff, you know.
Oh yeah.
So you wanna get to some of the comments?
Sure.
Let's see what kind of shit people are talking.
There's some shit talking going on.
All right. So let's see here. Wow, I'm scrolling. Let's see. Alan Rodriguez says that you're a fast learner and great for the sport.
Thank you.
And let's see. Our Canadian friend really likes California tracks. Okay. Let's see. I don't know who Alan's Canadian friend is, actually. Let's see here. Hang on a second. He says he hopes that you come out and race me again. What, on a bicycle?
Bicycle racing are good too.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see here. Abraham Balderas says it's nice to meet you. Let's see. Man, there's just a lot of people talking crap or whatever. Okay, so Bronti, are you rooting for Mallory Dobbs in World WCR? Just what do you think about that event and the class?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I definitely am rooting for her, and I mean, since Anna Carrasco when she won that championship, was it 18 when she won it?
Oh, Anna Carrasco. She won the World 300 Super Sport, didn't she?
Yeah. Sorry, yeah, the World
Yeah.
Super Sport. Yeah, like I don't know. I have a
Dude,
real crush on
she
her.
was not in the women's class, dude.
No.
Anna Carrasco was beating up on the dudes in the
Yeah,
300 Super Sport
it's
championship.
fucking incredible. Like she's so fast.
Yeah, what
So,
happened to her? Like she got an injury or something? Like what happened to Anna Carrasco?
if I'm not mistaken, like she broke her back and had
That's right.
multiple vertebrae, and like I
She
remember
was
the
in
photos.
those- Yeah.
Yeah, gnarly injury. Like she's a warrior too. Like coming back from that and like
Yeah.
racing with the dudes again, and then she was doing Moto3, right? Like I have a lot of respect for Anna, and I'd like to see her do well. And then I also like Maria Herrera, but like I like to see Mal Dobbs do good, you know, like North American chick, like
Yeah,
close
dude,
to home.
Mal Dobbs is she's fun. She's kind of a badass. So I'm hoping she lays smackdown out there, you know?
Oh yeah, yeah. No,
We'll
it's
see.
honestly it'd be sweet, and like it would be really cool being a Canadian. Like there's not a lot of Canadians, you know. There's American dudes, right? There's like Joe Roberts and whatever, right? But there's very very few Canadians that really, you know, go on like a world stage. There's guys
Yeah,
here and there, but
not since like what, Jordan Zoke,
Jordan,
Pascal Picot.
yeah,
Those are the two I know.
Or-
You know.
Crevier, Steve Crevier.
Oh yeah, Steve Crevier. Yeah, that
Crevier?
dude. Yeah, and Miguel.
Miguel, yeah, Duhamel, yeah. So no, it would just be cool. And like as far as like women go, I don't know if there's any like Tony Sharpless. I don't know if you heard of her, but she's a generation ago, but she's pretty legit, and she helps out with like younger riders here in CSPK and that kind of stuff. But anyway, it would be sweet to like, yeah, just the rep, you know, that'd be awesome.
And then Irate Barry wants to know who your furry mascot is.
Oh, Slade. Slade Wilson.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a little Bichon Shih Tzu. Brad, my boyfriend, named him after Deathstroke, which is kind of ironic, is that he's a assassin. He kills people, and we have like a 15
like
pound,
G.I. Joe.
like Deathstroke from
G.I. Joe.
DC, like their version of Deadpool.
Oh, okay. I was
Are you
thinking
not a-
Destro,
you're not
like G.I. Joe bad guy. Like,
Are you not a comic book guy? Come on, Dustin.
no, dude, no,
No time for that kind
no.
of stuff.
I'm, you know, I've always been into women stuff. So
There's that's a good response.
yeah. All right, so let's see here. Yeah, there's like a lot more stuff here. Oh, Abraham 4131 wants to know if you've ever raced with WMRRA or OMRRA.
Ooh, that's down is that Washington? WMRA?
Yeah, I think it's like them in Oregon, maybe
Oregon,
Washington
right?
and Oregon.
I haven't. I'd like to. My buddy Ryan, he's raced down there, I'm pretty sure. But I haven't. There's so many tracks I want to go to, man. Like but I haven't
Right on.
yet to go.
Okay. Yeah, I thought that was a good question. And let's see. He also wants to know if that Marcel Ernie dude races with EMRA.
He used to. He started with the EMRA.
Who?
Ernie. Marcel Ernie?
No, he started with the CMRA.
Sorry. He started with the CMRA, the Calgary group.
See, I think of CMRA and I think of the boys out in Texas. Right?
Yeah. No, that's fair. Yeah, Brad was just saying he started with Calgary, and then he raced in Edmonton too, I'm pretty sure. And then last year at the new track in Carstairs, he raced there a little bit too. I've never raced with him. I've met him like once.
Yeah.
Huh?
What's that?
Oh, he was just asking about Marcel Ernie, where he started and stuff. I said
He started
Calgary.
He started with us in like 2006 or so. CMRA.
Oh, I love we have like a third wheel off to the side. Should we send him a link to the show and have him jump in? Like, come on, dude.
He's shit talking you, yeah. He knows the dates. I'm like, I don't know.
Dude, he's like Greg White.
He said you're
with
like Greg White.
But like with local club racer facts.
That's
Right?
pretty funny.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's see. I'm seeing that that Abraham guy, he's Pacific Northwest guy. He says he's gonna go race with that Colorado series for the money. You know, the guy I had on the show last night.
Oh yeah.
Dude, they have like $1,000 for second place in their premier class. Like it's legit money. I don't know if you saw the show last night, but the dude,
No.
they're running this Legion Superbike series, and they're paying Audi, like Audi, the car manufacturer, is sponsoring the premier class with like
Really?
healthy money. Yeah,
That's really cool.
yeah,
That'd be worth the drive down.
yeah, man. Like take that dude's money, take all of it. You know.
Cool.
Okay, let's see what else. Just scrolling through some of the comments here.
No worries.
There's like a lot of just for getting into shape, you should try to ride Oregon Raceway Park in Grass Valley, Oregon. I actually have a couple of comments about that. And your R7 would love it, he says.
Yeah, eh?
Yeah, ORP. I've seen some videos of that ORP, and it looks legit. Like it looks fast. Looks like it's got kind of rolling hills type stuff. Pretty
That's
cool.
cool. Yeah. It's got elevation change and stuff. We don't have a lot of that here. We got a bit at the one track, but most of it is pretty flat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flat versus elevation. Like, I mean, you know, our tracks are pretty flat too, except for the little man-made hills that they put into the road courses, right? Like at Chuckwalla, they have the slight rise and drops, but
Pretty flat too, yeah.
But nothing like Laguna, right? It's not.
Yeah.
Or High Plains Raceway. That's another one in Colorado.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard that's a good track.
Dude, that place it's awesome. It's, High Plains Raceway it's got like you disappear. Like from the paddock, when you get to a certain part of the track, you completely disappear from view and then come back later in the lap.
That's pretty wild. That's
Cool.
So
it's like got an up down element as well. And then, for lack of a better description, High Plains kind of has like white trash corkscrew, like not quite Laguna corkscrew, but like, like if you bought it on Wish, yeah.
Yeah, it's something.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is cool. Have you ever been to have you ridden Coda?
Actually, no, but Chili, the guy I was talking about earlier, and I and a bunch of friends were rolling out there in July.
Oh, you're going?
Yeah, dude, like a Ride Smart weekend.
Okay.
Ride Smart. I think Ride Smart's the name of the track day company, and I think Caleb DeCarroll is one of the instructors for them.
That's cool.
Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna go out there and check it out.
That's cool. I would love to ride that track. Like watching MotoGP go there and World Superbike, World America guys. Like it's yeah. It looks unreal.
MotoGP there was I was there in 19, and wow, like it just like the sound of those things echoing off the stands and stuff. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, I still have to go to a GP. Like I haven't seen one, or I'd actually love to go to a World Superbike. Just get to walk around in the pits. See top
you're a fan, right? You watch all of it?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Do you prefer one over the other? Like, do you prefer Superbike over MotoGP or vice versa?
No, I mean they're both good in different ways. Hey, like I don't know. I love Top Rack. So and Ray.
Top Rack. Yeah.
And Ray. I'm always like cheering for Ray. We make like our bets on the wall. Who's going to win? We write it down, and I'm always putting Ray in there, even though he's been struggling this year. And Brad's like, "What are you doing?"
He's been struggling bad this year, right? Like, what the hell, dude?
I know. Yeah. I'm not a Batista fan. We don't really cheer for Batista. He's riding unreal, but I'm just not.
How come you're not a fan? What did he do to you?
Not to me, man. He just talking a bunch of shit when like Ray ran into him that one time. He's like, "You're not a real champion." Like, shut the fuck up. Like, what are you talking about? He's only like the best to ever do it. Just stop talking. Only did it 8 times, so yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
You know what? I mean, I kind of like World Superbike better just because it's like they're racing actual motorbikes instead of fucking spaceships.
Yeah.
But dude, GP this year has been crazy, right? I mean,
it's so good.
Obviously we have our Southern California hero.
Yeah, Joe Roberts.
Whooping that ass in Moto 2. But MotoGP is crazy. Like it's insane. Like how fast everybody's gotten. Like not racing so much and bicycling more now. So it's like, oh yeah, I'm watching races more now.
You got the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is incredible though. Like, and it's, I think World Superbike, it's more relatable, right? But like MotoGP, like from first to like 17th, what is it, like a second that's
Not
in
e- yeah.
between, or
Yeah.
not even like 8
Like
tenths?
you're a couple of tenths off. Next thing you know, you're in like 15th.
Just dog shit at the back behind the Hondas. Yeah.
Wow.
Behind Marine.
Wow. You just really poured on thick, huh?
I'm sorry. You said to be honest.
Hey,
Dustin.
man. Hey, I'm the Yamaha guy, dude. Like, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's the GP stuff's been kind of strange, you know. I mean, it's kind of turned into the Ducati Cup a bit, with the occasional KTM and Aprilia.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Horsepower Rodeo said he's got a MotoGP podcast, and he's like, "Ooh, Honda taking abuse."
Hey man, I like Honda, but they're struggling. They'll come back, I'm sure, eventually.
You know, that's the
But-
thing about racing; it's cyclical, right? I mean,
Oh yeah.
you know, the attack program here in the States is, you know, we've won the #1 plate the last 4 years, a couple of different guys, and you know, it's never easy, but I mean, you know, at some point, you know that you just can't win forever, you know, like especially when everyone else is trying so hard as well, you know. So right now it's Ducati's time. I mean, you know, what do you think of the musical chairs over there?
Oh, with Marquez going
With
to
everything,
factory?
dude. Like, I mean, okay. So, and Ryan's gonna love me for this, but MotoGP, you know, obviously Quadraro stayed with Yamaha, right? He signed it, and then you've got Jorge Martin is gone to Aprilia. Bastianini looks like he's going to KTM, right?
That's right, yeah.
Then Baby Jeebus got the bump to factory KTM, right? Pedro Acosta.
Yeah.
And then what else? Oh, and then Marquez gets the bump to factory team. And then I saw today they were talking. I don't know if Horsepower Rodeo saw this or not, but like there was an article that was saying that that Captain Qualifier is going to go over to KTM. You know, Captain Qualifier,
Who's this?
Maverick.
Oh, Maverick. Okay.
Yeah.
That Mav?
Yeah. I mean, I had a friend say that if every round this year was Coda, he'd be leading the championship, right?
Yeah. Oh, Vinales is so talented, man. Like he's very talented, but like I don't know, he just gets so emotional. And not saying it's easy, it's not, but he just gets like. Remember when he blew up the fucking Yamaha, just held it wide open on the pin, and then
Yeah, that's
blamed
why I
his
don't like
mechanics.
that guy. That guy's a douche. Like,
yeah, he's
Whatever.
so talented, but yeah, he's a little. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know the guy, but I just I
Yeah.
don't know. It just reminds me of Days of Thunder when he's like, "You burned it up, done it, deliver it." You know, like he did that for real. You know, except he didn't have the redneck guy to yell at him for it.
Yeah.
You know.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. Like
I'm a huge Marquez fan.
are you?
Yeah, I'm always cheering for him because when I came like in on the scene and it was like 17, like he was the guy, and like I kind of like picked my number after him too. I wanted a different number, it wasn't available, and then I'm going through the list and I'm like, I'm like 93 is good, and I'm like Marquez is awesome. So I've been a fan. I'd like to see him do well, but
You know what? I haven't seen her comment, but there's a fan of this show. She always comments on stuff, and she has a running bet with people.
yeah,
I don't know if you've seen that, but
no,
yeah. So you'll see her in the comments, but her name is Chunky Buns. She goes by Chunky Buns, and she wins so much money betting against, you know, the Marquez fanboy people. $100 a weekend when he doesn't win.
really.
Yeah, and she wins. And then she's got a $500 championship bonus that she does where she's like, "Hey, he's not going to win the championship." Oh yeah? Well, $500 says he's not going to win the championship. Like, that's how passionate she is. Like basically it's, you know, she's like your Lex Luthor. She's like your comic book villain, right?
I
So
know.
yeah, man, maybe I should connect you guys and then have you guys bet each other.
Go to war. Yeah. I don't know, man. He's gonna come good. It probably won't be this year, but I think next year on the factory bike, we'll see, right? But yeah, he's still unbelievable. Like, yeah, I guess he's the old guy now, but he's
Well,
still.
dude, I mean, I'll say this. Like, I'm not really a fan of his, but dude, it's hard to hate on the guy that starts 13th and finishes second
Oh,
more than
yeah.
once.
Yeah. So
You
who's
know?
your dude? Who do you cheer for?
I mean, MotoGP right now. I mean, it's for the last ever since the Amazon series came out,
Hmm.
it's been Jorge Martin and Elias Espargaro, man. Like, I like both of those guys.
Yeah.
Elias, he's got to go, but I mean, it looks like this year is Jorge's year, man. Like, it could be his year.
Oh yeah, he's so fast. He's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Over a lap, I think he's pretty.
I really hope he takes that #1 plate with him to
To
Aprilia.
Aprilia.
Because and then runs the one plate just to put it in their face.
Oh well, dude, he got passed over like what 3 years in a row, leading
Yeah,
the
dude, like,
battling for the championship on
man,
a
like the
satellite.
kid can't catch a break over there, man.
Yeah, no, he's
Yeah.
legit. I'm not a turbo fan. I like Aleix, but they're buds anyway.
I
aren't they?
like Elias because he's like that emotional Spaniard. Like, like I've seen him on TV, like during the feed. He's like, puta madre. So I just, that stuff's super fun to me. Like, that emotion comes out. He wears it all on his sleeve,
Oh yeah.
So I think that's hilarious. Like, I think the MotoGP needs more personalities and less robots.
Oh, 100%.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's what you get at World Superbike. World Superbike's is like all kinds of personalities.
So who's your guy there? Who do you cheer for?
World Superbike?
Yeah.
I mean, dude, there's a lot over there. Like, hitter after hitter after hitter, right? So, I mean, I kind of like Iannone, honestly.
Yeah.
Iannone's like a cowboy, kind of. Like, he goes out there and just throws down.
He's so legit too. Like he didn't
Yeah.
ride for how long? 4 years?
Yeah.
3 years?
Yeah. The dude's like couch surfing at the pro level, and then he's allowed to ride again and goes out and is fighting for podiums.
Yeah, with Bugala, and yeah, he's legit.
Right.
Yeah.
And then obviously, Stop Rack. I mean, it's hard to not be a fan of that dude. I mean, when we were in Portugal, he was riding for factory Yamaha still at the time.
Mhm.
And the first night there, when we were in Portugal, Lily and I were sitting. We went to some Portuguese steakhouse, and he was up there sitting next to us. I was like,
Just-
"Holy shit, that's Top Rack right there."
Yeah.
Right?
Did you talk to him?
Yeah. And then after the races on Sunday, we saw him again. He's sitting there eating an ice cream cone on the street, like a
He's-
chill guy. So
He seems pretty chill.
what's your It's a good question. What's your race program looking like?
For
Well,
this year,
Yeah.
for this year, I just did the first round with the EMRA, and then not this weekend, next weekend is Canadian Nationals, Canadian Superbike.
Okay.
So that's going to be like the biggest race that I've ever done, and that's that's coming to Rad Torque, and
Okay.
I'm looking forward to it. So
And what bike are you riding for that one?
that'll be the Beamer, the S1000.
Oh, you're still riding the Beamer.
Oh yeah, we're getting to
Okay.
terms with each other. We had a good
Okay.
weekend. She was bitching
Hence
me.
the shirt you're wearing.
Hence
That's
the
great.
shirt. I can.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we're on speaking terms. So yeah,
Okay.
but no, it's
German money pit.
Brad calls her the German money pit, but she's less of a money pit now because like we've got her a bit more sorted. So yeah,
Right on.
but
So you're racing Canadian Superbike series.
yeah,
That's badass, Bronti. Holy
I'm
shit.
I'm excited. It'll be good. It's going to be obviously.
And it's your
intense.
first national.
Yeah. I've always
Okay.
wanted to do one, but they haven't been back out west since 2015 because it's
Okay.
usually all out east. Like they got like 3 tracks in Ontario, Nova Scotia. Yeah, Nova Scotia and Shuby. Yeah, Shubenacadie. And so I'm very excited. It's going to be really cool. And my sister's coming into town from Ontario. Near Toronto, she's coming in. She'll watch me. So yeah, it's pretty sweet.
That sounds awesome, man.
Yeah.
So like what is your program looking like? I mean, obviously you have your mechanic in the background talking shit. But like is Brad your crew chief, or like how does it go? Like you guys load up in the pickup and roll out, or I mean, do you have like some kind of support system for that, or you guys rolling up the sleeves doing it old school yourselves? Like how's it go?
Yeah, so we like honestly, yeah, we still just roll out of the pickup, but like yeah, Brad is the crew chief slash like well, our buddy Steve, he's actually a mechanic. He works at
Okay.
at a shop in Edmonton, and he's a very good mechanic, and he's very familiar with BMW. So yeah, he works on the bike on the weekend. Brad's there to help support, but like Steve is, yeah, he's a full-fledged mechanic, so he knows what he's doing with that kind of stuff. But
Okay.
so yeah, with my two guys, and then yeah, just roll out. We're not like a big operation, but you know, we make it work. And yeah, so we'll do nationals, and then there's more rounds later this year too. There's the WCC, the Western Canadian Championship. Some guys from BC come out for that. That's going to be at Stratotech in July, and then in August there's another round of Strato. September there's a round at Rad Torque again, and then there's also a round for the Calgary Motorcycle.
You guys have a lot of rounds,
dude. All the rounds. It's a busy year with nationals. It's like busy.
That's great.
So
what's your goals for that? What's your goals for doing the nationals? Obviously you're doing them, but like what is your goals for the weekend? Like accomplishing a lap time goal? Do you have like where do you think you're going to be goal finish wise? Like what's your master plan there?
Yeah, no, for sure. So like I haven't ridden in a year, like raced in a year. I've done a couple like track days here and there, but then just did the first race round like this weekend. So yeah, honestly, just getting back up to speed. Like last year on the BMW at the first round, I was running minute 22s. And the lap record at our track, at this track, Rad Torque, is like a minute 18. So yeah, I do decent. The fastest I've ever gone at Rad Torque is a minute 21 on the Gixxer. So yeah, so it's not bad. And so I'm hoping for in 2 weeks probably to run like minute 22s. I feel like that's very doable. I'm just trying to like, I just really wanted to like finish this past weekend and not have an incident and like have some positivity and like not hit my fucking head again. So, which I did, and the bike was good. I feel great. I'm talking to you. I'm not banged up.
Yeah,
so.
dude.
Yeah. So
yeah, what kind of helmets are you wearing?
Oh, dude, I should show you my helmet. Hey, Brad, can you pass it to me?
Yeah.
It's HJC, an Alpha 1. I don't know what you wear. I can see some in the background.
I wear KYTs.
KYTs?
That's a KX1.
So
heads up, everybody. KX1s are sold out in the United States, but I have some. Shameless plug from hell. Oh, wow. That's a healthy dent there.
Yeah, man. So this is the side that like ground on the pavement.
Oh.
And then this is like the side where like buddy like, yeah, tire mark. But this helmet was unreal, man.
Tire
like,
mark. Like, man, like I can't believe your buddy wheelied off your head. Like, that's crazy.
It is crazy. And like, yeah, again, great dude. He felt awful, but it's just shit happens, right? So, but yeah, I'm kind of HJC fan now. Like I like a rye too, but I don't know. You just use what works, right? And
dude, you have a success story.
I have a success story.
It's hard to fuck with a success story, right? Like, especially when this sport's kind of dangerous. So
it's the spin.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
Right. So
yeah,
that's cool. That's cool. Oh, you know what? I'm stoked to hear that you're back, and there's a couple comments talking about your energy level. It's pretty impressive that you're willing to come back, and not only willing to come back, but you're going full in, full Monty, go straight to national superbikes series. Like,
well, I mean, to be honest, it'd be sweet if like ideally they're like, oh, we're planning Edmonton for like August or something, have some more rounds to like get up to speed and stuff. But I mean, this is an opportunity, right? And it doesn't last time they hear was 9 years ago. So, I'm excited. I'd like ideally, and I mean it depends, right? It depends on who shows up. There's gonna be a bunch of fast dudes there. I feel like a top 10 would be a fucking result. Like that would be
wow. Top 10 in national superbike.
Dude, that'd be incredible.
That would be a fucking win. Let's be real.
Is that going to happen? I don't know, but like if it could, so I don't know.
If it does, you're going to let me know, right? Like you're going to be like, dude.
Just send you like the hands up emoji.
Hell yeah, dude.
But no, we'll see. Honestly, like, yeah, it's gonna be a good test, right? It's 20 laps or 22 laps, and
what have you been doing to prepare your fitness level for that kind of stuff?
I've been playing like a cliche hockey.
Yo, you're Canadian. You played hockey. Fucking shocker.
I can't believe it.
No, Canadian wants to play hockey to get in shape? No way.
Well, actually, technically, it's ball hockey, so it's like you're running. You're fucking no skates, no gliding. You're just sprinting, which I feel like you can't beat running. You're either
they call that, and they call that everywhere else in the world. They call that soccer. Like I don't know. Like
I played Canadian soccer.
Yeah, Canadian soccer. Okay, it's running around with a stick and a ball. Okay,
slashing the shit out of people. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So I've been doing that, and also been. I like cycling too. I don't do as much cycling outside because the weather is usually snowing here. But yeah, I like cycling. I do quite a bit in the basement. Like I'll try to do like an hour, do 20 miles. That's kind of like, I don't know if that's good. I know that you cycle a lot, so I don't know like what your range.
I mean, 20 miles an hour is pretty healthy. Like if you're doing that all the time, that's pretty healthy.
Like 3 times a week ish.
Yeah.
And then hockey, and then once the weather's good, we go dirt biking. We're gonna go this Sunday, so that'll be pretty sweet too. Dirt biking's a great workout, right? I'm sure you do that too.
No, I don't. I have this saying that I say about dirt bike stuff, and I'm like, dirt's for planting vegetables.
I'm surprised you don't do it. It's awesome.
Dude, I can't do it. When you have that kind of shoulder,
it looks a little pointy.
Yeah, it's not healthy, dude. Like, no.
No.
I rip my arms out of a socket. No way. Can't do the
fair.
dirt thing. I can't do it. I'm just too ruined. Too old and broken for dirt stuff. But, it's all good. I have a 450, but it has slicks on it.
Oh, Supermoto would be sweet too. I've never tried that, but I'd love to try that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't do the dirt part of that either. It's I don't really ride it. Honestly, I haven't even ridden that thing this year once yet.
No way.
It's so disgusting. Like I'm just such a slacker when it comes to riding motorbikes. It's just I don't know. The bicycle only thing's kind of been taken over, Like I was having a conversation with a buddy the other day, and I was like, dude, this is how gnarly bicycle priorities have become for me. Like, I'm more excited about this new Trek Madone SLR thing I'm getting than I've been about any motorbike in years. And that bicycle cost about as much as most motorbikes.
Dude, it's wild.
Yeah.
I don't see like where the money is for each part, but it's wild. Yeah.
Oh wow. Torrin Collins is listening on his way to Brainerd.
That's cool. We know Torrin.
Yeah, Torrin. He's a kid that's riding for Altus, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a mechanic over there that I was talking. I've known this guy for years, Boyd, and I was like, dude, how come Torrin's so big, dude? Like he's yoked out,
Yeah.
And I was like, what are you like? Are you giving him like a steady diet of peanut butter sandwiches or what, dude? And he said, no, man, he's taking his dieting tips from Jake Lewis.
Dude, Jake Lewis is a big guy. He's tall.
He is. Yeah.
6'3", 6'4".
He sure is, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Torrin, best of luck to you this weekend, man. That's a tough class that dude's racing in. And, the super sport class in MotoAmerica is stacked and on top of stacked. So
dude, it's so stacked. I'd like to see him do well. I know it's been a tough go. Like,
dude, he's had the worst luck, right?
The worst.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times the bike's blown up, but anyway, hopefully
all the times.
Yeah, every time.
Like all the times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's been great, Bronti. You know what? Thanks for being on and giving me some of your time and talking about your passion. And dude, I'm stoked to see how strong that passion is. That's
Thanks,
awesome.
man. I appreciate it.
So do you, I'm going to just give you the last bit of the show here and just talk about like who you want to thank, who do you want to give shout outs to, like sponsors.
Yeah, man. Thanks for
remembering
that.
Hey.
Yeah, man.
Like, Darren Marshall says that shit all the time, by the way. Oh yeah, yeah, man. I'm like, oh, that's a Canadian thing. Okay, got it.
Is that Canadian?
I think so. I don't know.
Probably.
The way you say it, yeah. It says it exactly the same way as Marshall does.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, I'd like to thank sponsors like Langley Chrysler Fleet. They've helped me out a bunch. Also, Vast Performance, Willie. I don't know if you know like Willie Vast, Nadine Vast, but they've done some stuff down in MotoAmerica too. But they're working with Ben Young, the three-time defending Canadian Superbike champion up here, and they do my suspension and Bridgestone tires, and they've been great. Also,
you're
Jack
on the
Carter
Stones. You're on the Stones
on
now.
the Stones.
Okay.
Have you tried them?
Dude, I'm a Pirelli guy.
I know, but like before Pirelli.
Dude, okay. Like I've been doing this for a long time, and back in the day, there was never really a Bridgestone guy. Like there was you would see some guy like out of the back of his truck or whatever had like the tires wrapped in blue, like the plastic wrap or whatever.
Yeah.
But nobody ran them. Like
No way.
I don't know. A
Yeah.
couple 250 GP guys ran them, but that's about it.
Yeah. No,
So-
I mean, honestly, they're working good for us, and like having Willie and Nadine there, like they know the pressures and suspension and get it set up, and it's they work right. But yeah, so no, for them, and also Jack Carter Power Sports South, they've helped me out a bunch, like Rob Langrill, Dave Smith, Davey, Gavin, all you guys. Motology Riding School,
Motology.
Motology.
I think we should get a degree in that, right? Motology. Should I make a T-shirt that says I
have
got
a degree.
a PhD in motology?
People would believe it. Yeah, it sounds like a degree. Yeah, also thanks to Hell Performance and Admiral Inspection Services too. Yeah, without these people, right? Like it's wouldn't be where I am with it. So they help out a lot, and I appreciate the support, and as well as you having me on the show. So it's pretty fun. I was nervous, but you made me feel at ease. So
I was like, dude, why the fuck are you nervous? It's me.
My palms are still sweating, but it's okay.
Really? Why?
I don't know, dude. I don't do a lot of like podcasts or public speaking, but it's not.
Well,
public,
we're not
but-
really. We're kind of public. I mean, I don't know. I'll tell you in a minute, like how many people we had. I think we had like 5,500 or something earlier. Whatever. I don't know. But well, you know what? Let's wrap this thing. Thank you guys all for watching the show and commenting. Please tell your friends or whatever. And maybe if you see Bronti at the racetrack, look out because she's probably gonna smoke you. Good luck with your national races, and I fully expect to hear from you after you give it a go.
Thanks, dude. I'll definitely message you.
Yeah, man.
Awesome.
All right.